Hello, friends. What if the smoke rising from a fire was carrying your words straight to the gods? The canoe glides past a clearing. In the center, a fire blazes, not for warmth or cooking, but for something higher. Around it, priests chant, offerings sizzle, and the air hums with sacred rhythm. This is no ordinary flame. This is Agni, the divine messenger. And this is the heart of the Vedic ritual. In the Vedic world, fire was not just symbolic, it was sacred infrastructure. It connected the earth and sky, humans and gods, the seen and the unseen. You didn't need a temple to pray. You needed a well-built altar, a spoonful of ghee, and verses memorized so well, they danced off the tongue like sparks. These rituals were called yajnas, sacrifices not in the sense of losing something, but in offering something meaningful to sustain cosmic balance. Want rain? Sacrifice. Want a son? Sacrifice. Want peace in the kingdom or a cow that gives better milk? You guessed it, sacrifice. The most important guest at any yajna? Agni, the fire god. He was the bridge between mortals and deities. Offerings made into the flame, clarified butter, grains, sometimes animals, were believed to travel to the gods through him. In modern terms, Agni was like the celestial postman. If your mantra had postage, he delivered it. But it wasn't just about tossing things into a fire and hoping for the best. Yajnas were highly structured, deeply philosophical acts. Every motion, every chant, every ingredient had meaning. The priests each had roles, each responsible for a layer of the ritual's success. It was like a carefully choreographed cosmic dance. At its core, the yajna was about maintaining artha, the natural, moral, and cosmic order. The idea was simple. If humans kept their duties and honored the gods, the universe would stay balanced. Sun would rise, rivers would flow, crops would grow, kings would rule justly. But over time, something interesting happened. The yajna, once a spiritual offering, began to evolve into a social spectacle. Rich patrons hosted elaborate rituals, some lasting days, involving hundreds of priests and mountains of offerings. The Ashvamedha yajna, or horse sacrifice, for example, wasn't just about pleasing the gods. It was a bold declaration of royal power. "Look at me," the king declared. "Even the cosmos listens when I light the fire." Yet, even amid all the drama, thinkers began to ask deeper questions. Why does the ritual work? What is the real sacrifice? The offering or the intention? The Brahmana texts that followed the Vedas tried to explain this. But not everyone was satisfied with answers about fire and ghee. A new whisper entered the discourse. Maybe the gods don't want the grain. Maybe they want understanding. And just like that, the roots of Vedic philosophy began to grow. Still, for the common folk, the fire continued to burn, lighting births, marriages, funerals, festivals. It was their witness, their comfort, their connection to something larger. And as this fire kept glowing in the center of their villages, change smoldered at the edges. The land was shifting. Iron tools were being forged, forests were cleared, fields stretched wider, villages grew busier. The rituals remained, but the world was about to grow louder, faster, and sharper. Because next time we step into the later Vedic period, where plows dig deeper, towns begin to stir, and the age of wandering poets gives way to land, labor, and legacy. Coming up, the later Vedic period begins: iron, agriculture, and urban proto-states. And yes, even the fire would have to keep up.